Good afternoon and welcome to my planet, baby. The craziest thing just happened that I had to come on and talk about it because I just uploaded a video. I think actually this morning. I was gonna upload it last night and then I got really busy and it didn't end up working out. So I uploaded it I think this morning. Um, called "Why I Love to Travel Solo." And I talk about in that video I talk about why I love to travel solo, but like one thing that I didn't really touch on that I'm really experiencing today, and I have to be so real with you guys, is when I get in my head about the what ifs of the trip, I like turn into just an anxious mess, just a ball of anxiety. Like, and that was like me this morning. I was, or even like this morning into the early afternoon. It's like late afternoon now. We're kind of starting to come into the early evening time. Um, but like, dude, all day today, I've been like I've felt it all through my body. I've just been, I've just been an anxious mess because I've been so caught up in my head about this trip because I've gone through some crazy unexpected life changes within the just from like just over these few months. How long's it been since the year started? Since the new year. Jeez. Time goes by so quick. It's crazy. Oh my god. Oh, the sun feels so good. It's been so rainy and like cold lately. This feels really nice. So, anyways, just a ball of anxiety, dude. And because with all these changes, right, over the new year, I made a big move, and then I had to make an unexpected, I had to move earlier than I was planning on moving over the new year, but I had to move sooner than I planned on, moving because, my apartment got broken into, if you can believe it, got broken into while I was at work. Thank God I wasn't there. Like, dude, crazy. So since that happened, I was like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I like booked it to my new place, moved all my stuff, got out of there. And then 3 months later, I had to move again unexpectedly just because of whoa. Oh my god. There we go. Just because of household bullshit, right? Drama with roommates and just bullshit. So I had to move. Now I'm here. And honestly, where I'm at right now has been great. But also, since I've been here, I've had more unexpected changes. Like my car, unfortunately, we lost her. She passed, you know, naturally, of natural causes. Her PCM failed. So basically, she had a brain malfunction. She had a stroke, basically, is what happened, and it took her out. Rest in peace. But also, that means that now for this trip, I'm actually borrowing somebody else's car for this. They were like willing to let me use it, and I'm so appreciative. But it's uncertain because it's unfamiliar. And like often when I take these trips, it's very impromptu, like impulsive. I just found out about this and it's tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna fucking go. You know what I mean? So it's almost like I don't have time to think about what I'm doing. I don't have time to like plan it. I'm like forced to wing it, and I'm really good at winging it, right? I have it's just kind of my personality. I got a touch of that ADHD, and I also just am like that. I'm a very like impulsive person, for better or worse, depending on the situation. Oh man, yeah, but oh, get out of here! Good lord, yeah. So this time around, I've had plenty of time to prepare. I've been planning this for 3 weeks, a month, something like that, which I don't know if that sounds like a long time or not, but for me, that's a long time because usually I just find out about shit and I just go. I'm just like, oh, fuck. Like, I've gone to music festivals and just gone out, like, had nighttime outings or gone on trips or whatever, just because I found out or thought of doing it like the day before or the day of, even, or a few days before, very like last minute. So I don't have time to prepare. I'm like, with all how my brain works, I'm just kind of forced to wing it. And then since I'm like, on my toes, I can wing it like that, and it's great. And so then, like, the challenge for me is when I have time to plan, like I have this time, because 3 or 4 weeks is a long time for me to plan something. So, what I've been experiencing and what I've experienced in the past is like this anxiety because I almost have too much time to think about it. Like, I get really in my head and I'm like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. What if I run out of money and I run out of gas and I don't have any money to get gas? What if the car breaks down? What if something crazy happens, like it just dies, like the car just dies? What if I get there and it's raining because it's an outdoor like event that I'm going to? What if I get there and like, I don't know, hit a pothole and my car just like kabooms? What if I don't get everything that I need to get done before I leave on time? What am I gonna do then? What if like I'm late? What if whatever? All of this stuff has been like running through my head over and over and over, and I've just been like hyper focusing on it and like, oh, you're right. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I have to keep reminding myself that like shit has happened in the past. Yes, I've been through like shit before where trips didn't go right. Things happened, but I've never ever been on a trip before that I wouldn't call a successful trip, where I didn't have a good time, where it wasn't an overall success. I've had my car kaboom on me on the night before I went to Everwild last year music festival in Ohio. The night before, I was going home from work and my rotor, one of my brake rotors on my car exploded, shattered, took out my tire. I didn't have brakes on that wheel at all. And I still made it, baby. I still made it. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I had to adjust things. I had to adjust my plan. I got up early as fuck the next day and, like, booked it to the nearest shop. They couldn't take me. So then I was calling other shops in town until I found somebody who could take me in. And, yeah, I got it fixed. It sucked, but I made it through and I still made it to the festival, and that has still probably been the most magical night of my life. So, shit can happen. It's how you deal with it, how you react to it that matters. And also, I want to say, this is actually the reason why I wanted to come on and talk about this. I just, like, I've been stuck. I've known in my head and in my soul, right, that I've been stuck in this what if loop all day. Not even all day, for days. Like the past week. And it's slowly been getting louder. The spiral's slowly been getting deeper. And today it finally kind of like culminated into this just like, what am I gonna do? Freak out. And then I had this moment where I was like, I just need a break from what I'm doing because I've been running around preparing all day. I'd been like taking care of the house and just doing all the things that I need to do preparing to leave, you know? Ooh, sun. And I had this moment where I was like, I'm at a good point where I can take a break. I need to step away and breathe for a second. Because I'd felt in my heart and soul and mind that I needed to break the loop, but I couldn't get out of it. Like, it was always, my body was so tense. And I couldn't, like, get myself to just relax and release that tension until I had that moment where I was like, I just need to step outside. And I was outside, I step outside, and in the quiet, I just heard a song playing through my head. I've had this song stuck in my head. It's a very easy one to get stuck in your head. I'll link it down below. And but it's a great one. It's so much fun. It's a really fun song. And I just started, like, if you know me, I always have music in my head. It never ever stops. Ever. It kind of drives me a little crazy sometimes, like just the music that's always stuck in my head. I don't know if that's just an ADHD thing. I don't know if it's because I'm a musician and I just always have music in my head or what. Sometimes it's like loud. I might sound like a crazy person right now, but sometimes it's loud. And like in that moment, it was loud. Like it almost like came out of the background noise of my thoughts, and my thoughts in just for a moment. It wasn't even, this wasn't a, I wasn't, I stepped outside. I was maybe outside for 5 seconds. Like as soon as I stepped outside away from all of my chaos and I was in the quiet nature, I heard this song in my head. It kind of came out of the woodwork of my mind and it was very loud, and I was like, I gotta move my body. I gotta dance. Like I love to dance. I don't know if you can tell by all the shorts that I post every day, but I love to dance a lot. I actually dance all the time, like how I do in my shorts. That's just me, like, all the time. I can't really stand still very well. I'm always moving. I always got that song in my head. I always have something in my head, so I'm always dancing, always moving to that beat in my head or whatever it is, that rhythm. And I heard the song in my head, and I was like, I gotta dance. I gotta move. My body is like, I gotta just shake out the tense energy or whatever, like I just had to move. I knew I did. I had to dance, felt this big impulse. So I put it on my speaker, and I just danced until I was exhausted. Danced so hard, moved. I didn't think about what I was doing. I just moved my body to the music as it wanted to move, you know what I mean? I love doing that so much. It is like the most therapeutic thing for me. So that I like had this moment where I realized like I stopped dancing when the song was over and I just realized right there that I had broken the loop. I was actually out of it. The tension wasn't there. I was like breathing, you know what I mean? The tension was pretty much gone. Like it had melted away because I think because I listened to that impulse, right? My soul knew what it needed in that moment and I listened to it and I put on that song that was in my head and I moved my body how it wanted to move and I actually got so giddy because then I walked back outside after the song was over and I was just overwhelmed with this feeling of everything is fine, everything is going to be okay. I have everything I need. That's what I heard in my head when I went outside. My mind was just overwhelmed with, I have everything I need. Period. That's it. I have everything I need, baby. And I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about whether I'll have enough because I just know that I do. I will because I do already. I have everything I need. And that really melted away any residual anxiety I might have had about this trip. I was gonna say I can't bother to feel anxious about it, and like I don't want to just bullshit you guys and say that I don't feel anxiety about the shit that I do, because honestly, throughout everything I've done, all the adventures I've been on, I'm still kind of new at like expressing who the fuck I am. That's okay. That's not true. When I was a kid, I was like an expressive theater kid, like explosion. I was like a big fireball of just like in your face energy. I'm gonna be who the fuck I wanna be, and you can't fucking tell me otherwise, bitch. Yeah. Like ever since I was a little kid. But, then you grow up and you kind of fall out of that. You get convinced by your environment or the people around you or whatever that you need to be anxious about this and that, or you develop insecurities or whatever. It happens. Hang on, I gotta sit differently. Gotta adjust. Because my foot is falling asleep, and we don't want that. Hey, while we're at it, toke break. Take a break and toke it up with me, baby. Let's go. Sun. Sun's coming out for us. Sun's taking a toke break with us. Oh, man. Honestly, excuse me. Honestly, not the biggest fan of concentrates. Don't get me wrong, they get the job done. But I love me some green, some straight natural green. Yeah, I don't know, it's just so nice. But anyways, um, hang on. Let me regain my train of thought, and I'll be right back with you, baby. This is an intermission. Bam. Okay, so anyway, yeah. Uh, anyways, uh, yeah, dude. I I walked outside and I just knew that I have everything I need. That's all I'm getting at. Because, like I was going to say, I don't want to say that I don't have anxiety about the things that I do, but I don't know. There's just something about working through that anxiety. And also, so like I was so anxious this morning, and then I had like this little moment of clarity. Like I said, it was only like a few seconds. And then I just followed through on what I needed in that moment. And then I knew that popped me right back into alignment with myself because I was struggling so hard because I was like, I want so bad to be like aligned with who I want to be because that's kind of what this trip was also about is like old me, you know what I mean? Old me would not have gone on this trip. I'm actually the reason I'm taking this trip other than to go to this event that I'm going to. I'm also delivering the commission that I painted for my friend, and once he sees it, I'll get the video of me revealing it posted. But I want him to see it first because he wants to wait until I'm there in person with him to see it, which I think is so sweet. But yeah, like all of this, it's a solo trip. It's a pretty decent. It's like gonna probably end up being about a 6 hour trip with like stops and everything. So it's gonna maybe, yeah, we'll just say that about a 6 hour trip. It's overnight. I'm coming back day after tomorrow, and I'm dropping off this commission that I painted for my friend. That would like I never would have even conceived of that being something anyone would want from me, much less something I would do. Even say 2 years ago. It's just not something I would have thought possible. It wasn't like even in my head at all. So I just didn't give myself that credit. So I guess anyways, what I'm getting at is I wanted to be real with you guys that like these trips that I take and the things that I do aren't all 100% like perfect sunshine and rainbows and beautiful. I mean, they are beautiful and they're sunshine and rainbows, don't get me wrong. But there is also a very real stress factor. It can be very stressful if I get too caught up in my head and my thoughts and the what if situations. So, if you're trying to like, this is a follow up to my statement that I made at the end of my last video. If you're trying to take a solo trip and you are feeling anxious about it, or even if you're just anxious about something, this could really apply to anything that you're anxious about. Step away for just a moment from the stressor. However that looks like. For me that looked like stepping outside and just taking a deep breath and feeling the sunshine on my face. I don't know what that looks like for you. That's what it looked like for me, especially in that moment. And just breathe for a moment. Let your mind be clear for just a moment. A moment is all you need to hear or feel what your body needs to break that loop. So for me, I stepped away for a moment, took a breath, felt the sunshine, and in that moment of quiet, I knew what I needed to do. And since that moment, I've been like able to deal with everything that's come my way since that moment. Granted, it hasn't been very long. It was just earlier today, earlier this afternoon. But you see what I'm saying though? Like just like that, my energy did like a complete 180. I felt it gave me like a little bit of whiplash. I was like, "Oh, dude, whoa. I feel like actually really good," you know? And I just knew that everything was going to be okay. So, if you're feeling anxious, whether that's about traveling or something else, step away for just a moment when it's getting to be too much and just breathe and absorb the quiet and know that you have everything you need. You have everything you need. And anything that you don't currently have that you know you need, it's already yours. You just have to let it fall into place. I mean it. I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't speak from experience. Okay, I don't like to bullshit. I like to speak from what I've learned. You have to just accept that everything's going to be okay. That's what I've always done. Every time I've had a magical trip, that's what I did. So that's what you got to do too. Just remember, everything will be okay. You have everything you need. Everything else will work itself out. All right, I'm going to call it there. I think that's pretty good. I didn't even mean to talk this long, but here we are, bitches. Here we are. And if you made it this far, fucking thank you. Holy shit. I've been actually seeing a lot of growth on my channel lately, and it's making me really excited. Like, I have 11 subscribers. That's 11 people that stopped and cared enough to subscribe because, I don't know, we vibe or whatever. That's cool. That's awesome. So thank you guys. Thank you to everybody who stops by. And yeah. Also, I wanted to say happy Pride Month. I know I'm a little late to the game. I know we're like midway through the month. I know, but happy Pride, happy Pride! I am a proud member of the LGBTQ plus community. So, a beautiful happy Pride to all of my fellow LGBTQ plus individuals. You people are amazing. We are amazing people, and yeah, be yourself and be proud of it, baby. Come on now. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, all right, all right. One last toke to say goodbye. All right. Oh, and the sunshine's coming out again. Oh, how cool is that? All right. I'm going to go. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.